You're listening to the Hot Seed Podcast. Welcome all. I'm Sean, along with my co-host Earl.
What's up, man?
Co-host.
Dave.
Co-host. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, you guys know what it is. We just dance with mics, gamers with headsets, and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And all, as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seed Podcast. Be sure to listen, like, rate, review, and share on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows. And make sure you subscribe and like on YouTube at the Hot Seed Podcast. And if you just new to the show, the Hot Seed Podcast, we are powered by W Energy. W Energy, man, they are leading in being one of the best energy drinks there's out there, whether you're a streamer, content creator, gamer, which we are, everything else in between. We just need a good pick me up, man. W is the way to go. So to make it easier for you, go to w.gg and we'll make it even better for you. Just put in our code, the Hot Seat Podcast, to get 10% off of your order. And just let you know, there's no sugar. So you can avoid the jitters, the crash, and everything else in between. W Energy, official partner of the Hot Seed Podcast. Episode 169, September 17th, 2025. It's a dreary ass day here in the DMV where I'm at, and probably where Dave's at too, and probably where the Northeast at what Master Earl is. But that being the case, gentlemen, how we doing? I like the fact I feel like I need to get glasses because I feel like I'm the odd man out, but I don't need them at all.
I thought I didn't need them, but I think I
fine.
really need glasses.
It might be. Are you buying them like $7 joints from like the Family Dollar? Like
No, these are like these some Amazon glasses for the computer. It's like some Blu-ray, some blue lens.
Did you say Blu-ray? You got Blu-ray glasses?
No, I'm sorry, blue lens.
So you got high definition. Just get right now.
Yeah. Blue lens.
The joint that lasted for like a year, everybody brought in.
Yo, hey, do you miss Blu-ray? Hey, I miss Bluray. I still got a box of DVDs of Blu-rays.
I still have in the bedroom 3D joint player.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. I still got it. I don't have it in the bedroom though. But I got it here in the studio in the storage portion, and I got all the DVDs, and I still got the Blu-ray player. Yeah, I still got the Blu-ray player out there. Like it was. You were the shit if you had a Blu-ray player. You'd be like, yo, I'm going to such and such crib, man. Yo, he got that Blu-ray of what was the last Blu-ray film we bought. This was probably been like early.
That's back when I used to go to Best Buy.
Right. Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah.
On a weekly basis.
True. I walk through Best Buy now and I'm like, I've never been so frustrated in my life because no one knows.
The last time I was in Best Buy. Best Buy went down after two things happened. After we started streaming everything as far as movies, Netflix and everything, and then when music was all streaming, I was like, well, that's two reasons I go to Best Buy. So, and the third thing was I used to also get my TVs, but now I get those off of Amazon. So,
I'm glad you said that. So the last time I went to Best Buy, it's been a little over a year. Okay, I don't know if I've told you guys this story before. I went in Best Buy. I actually went to pick up a memory card. At the time, and I picked up something random for the pod. It's like a piece of a cable or something like that. I forgot what it was. But in any case, but again, when I go to Best Buy, even though I don't shop like that, I can't help but walk around Best Buy because I want to see what's cool. I might walk over to the TVs. I'm old now. Yeah, I go walk over the appliances. I want to see if there's a really cool washer or refrigerator someplace. They have it. I look at this stuff. I just be walking around. So I'm over in the TV section. I'm just looking at the TVs, and it never fails me. Whenever I go into a TV section, whether it's a Costco or a Best Buy, they always got a game on. It could be NFL films or something like that, whatever case may be. So I'm looking at it, cool. I'm just looking at stuff. I'm like, do I need a bigger TV than this 70-inch that's in the living room? Probably not, but let's go see. Anyway, I'm looking at it, and I'm really looking there. And at the time, I had on all black that day. So I had on some black slacks, and I had on a black polo, other job type stuff. And I'm sitting there, and a gentleman was standing right there. He said, hey, can you help me with the TV here? I got some questions. And I looked around because I didn't know he was talking to me. And then he was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I don't work here. But I'm looking around for a second. I said, I can help you, man. Whatever. I'm an IT guy. Everybody who knows me knows that's what I am. So we're talking about the refresh rate. We're talking about the definite, all this other stuff we're talking about.
So you wasn't offended?
I was because I was dressed in all black. I look like, but here's the thing though. We're going to get to it. So I talked to him and he ended up settling on a Samsung television. So I know Dave, you like that. He settled on a Samsung television. It was the curve joint, I believe. If I remember, it was the curve joint at the time that he was getting. The price tag on it, I want to say it was like 46, if I remember. I'm trying to remember that day. But in any case, I told him all the stuff, and I told him other stuff he wanted. I say, what else you got at the house? He said, well, I got this little small like surround system there, but I'm thinking about getting something better. I said, look, hey, this is what I have at home. I have an LG. I got an LG, sound bar and so forth and so on. But I said, I do like the Samsung brand. You can look at this. I said, but Sonos is a good option as well. I'm upselling this motherfucker. I don't even work there. Anyway, fast forward. I get in line. He's in front of me. I'm like 2 people behind him. I can hear them because it's quiet in Best Buy. Get up there. And the young lady, I remember this clear as day. Again, I worked in retail for a long time. I have worked in retail for a long time. She said, did anybody help you today? He turned around and said, yeah, him. And he took his thumb and pointed back to me. So I looked back and then like, I'm confused what he was talking about. And then she looked past me and she was like, who? She was like, him right there in the black. She was like, sir, he doesn't work here. He said, I know none of your associates came, but he did. Right. I don't know what their pay structure is, but that right there, her face was like pale at this point. And I'm assuming this gentleman, he had on some whatever those boat shoes are called that white people wear. They like some Rockports or some shit like that. He had on some khaki shorts. He had on a light blue. Polo. Older white guy. I've worked around enough people to know what money looks like. He had that type of thing. You just know if you've been around long enough. But sure enough, he was like, yeah, if I can give the commission to him, if that's how you pay, I give it to him right there. It was the most interesting and embarrassing thing at the same time for Best Buy. But yeah, it's cool. I even helped him put the TV in his car, which is pretty cool. He was driving Subaru.
You know what's crazy though, and I'm not even surprised by your story. I think we had this conversation before.
Yeah, because you called me when you was getting your laptop.
But it's the customer service that doesn't exist in any of these stores. Right. You ask a question. I remember one time I asked something in like Home Depot or Lowe's, one of the two, and the guy comes over and literally reads specifically off the tag that's in front of the item. I'm like, motherfucker, I can do that. Right. I called you over to answer my specific question. It's not on there. I'm asking you a specific question. Yeah. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm good. Now, here's the other thing that's the sad truth, and I just got to say it blunt. I know we're just starting the show, but it's also due to the location of wherever that store is.
True.
Lowe's in our area and a Lowe's in a different area are 2 totally different Lowe's.
2 different spaces. Yeah.
2 totally different Lowe's. And sometimes I got to be real with you. I'll travel to that Lowe's in a totally different area for a specific thing that I need because I know I'm going to get the service. I know certain people are trained up, and it's real.
It's peace of mind,
and they have it in stock.
Yeah, but it's peace of mind for me. It's not even like. Let me not say information because it also depends on where I'm going. So if I'm going to like Home Depot, I might need some information. Because I've 9 times out of 10, if I'm working on something, I've
You're looking for something specific.
Yeah, and I've looked up the products that I write them down. I take a screenshot. So I'm like, let me go look for this. I look for it on my own. If I get frustrated after a while, I'll say, hey, let me find somebody that can at least point me in that direction.
Right.
But sometimes I get there and I'm like, okay, well, I don't see that, but I see variations of it. And then I'm looking because I also feel like, again, I'm not no master builder or nothing like that. Far from it. But I be looking like, damn, my mind be moving. I'm like, maybe I could use this, instead of, just.
Did you say master builder?
If you want to.
So, but that's when I need to like consult with somebody. And I ain't gonna lie, like the Home Depots I go to, it's always, more, it's always pretty knowledgeable, like people in there. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had, but I will say I do agree with, they was like depending on the location.
I'm telling
you. That you're at.
It is, man.
Different. I always try to find an older white guy.
So there's a Home Depot that is about 5 minutes from my house. Again, we are powered by Dubby, but I think they'll be okay with this. Them niggas do horrible in that store.
I don't think they're okay with
it. They are bad.
I don't think
they're all right. They're bad. It's okay.
Let's do another take.
It's bad, but you're right. I'll have to. So I go to the Lowe's because Lowe's has always been less of that aspect. But then I discovered another Home Depot a little further than that, and I walk in there, and I'm like, wait. Now, I don't care which, I know if you go look into stuff, certain people prefer Lowe's over Home Depot because of their CEOs, yeah. But that Home Depot was better than the Lowe's. When I say the greeting of it, from the moment I walked in to the time that it was the two young ladies. I could have got their name, man. I'm sorry. They were walking out, and at the time I was looking for a flatbed because I was getting all this gravel, and I'm looking around. She was like, "Sweetheart, you okay?" I said, I'm just looking for a flatbed. She said, she had on a backpack and everything. So I got you. I'm like, no, you off. You go, she know I got you. She walked into the parking lot, got a flatbed, brought it back to me. I'm like, I'll be here all the time, man. Thank you so very much. She said, you're more than welcome. I love your beard. That's the part that got me. That's the part right there. She got me with the I love your beard part. That's where she got me at. But it was a whole different situation in that store than the Home Depot around the corner. Was like, y'all got any nails? No, I don't think we got none. Okay, you know what? That's the type of energy they be on in there. So I'm like, I'm cool. But customer service, yeah, it's bad. Shout out to Taco Bell that bring the nacho box back. That's just random as hell. I love it. My son went there the other night. He said, Dad, I went and got the nacho box and they gave me the regular nacho supreme. He was pissed off the whole time. He's 20 years old, so he can get pissed off early. He ready to crash out the fact that they give him the nacho box over the nacho supreme in that little circle bowl. But salute those guys. This is the Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Sean, Master Earl, Storyteller. Episode 169, September 17th, 2025. I'm going to carry this over from what I did on my radio show earlier today on Station Head, Over the Hump, live on Wednesdays. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world. And if you are fortunate enough to have a platform, you can use that in whichever way you choose to do so. I think I am safe. I am confident that I can speak for my two brothers that we're not going to be on any of that shit today. We not. Because 5 years ago, literally 5 years ago, we began the podcast, and it was during the time that we watched a bunch of people who look like ants crawl up the side of the Capitol, and we just marveled in the fact that that's how far it went. And at the time, it was interesting. It was COVID and all that stuff in between. And then we just adapted as we always have over all these years. But expounding on the events of the last week or so, with no real resolution or to no avail, we will not be commenting on none of that. It's just not It's just not. It's just not. What we will talk about is the fact that NBA 2K26 is out, and I want to know what you guys think about the newest iteration of the game.
That's a hell of a transition.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know where you were going. I didn't know where you were going.
At this point, buddy. I have not played 2K26 yet. Earl, shut your effing mouth right now. Respect the W. But I will be. But
first off, Earl can't say much because every single game is waiting on him right now. So that's on the Earl point.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. So you can't say shit, sir. No.
Every single thing is waiting on Earl.
What's the early review, though? I've looked at a few things, though. What's the early review on 2K26?
So I can only speak on the My Player side. I actually haven't played a regular game on it yet. I jumped right into the My Career and kind of went from there. Right. The My Career is dope.
Okay.
I think it's what's the word? I think it's more authentic than I've seen it before. And what I mean by that is it's not even just like the look of it graphic wise. It's the play of it. It's the cutouts through the video of it. The storyline of it. It's just better put together. How you're building up some of the street balling that you're doing without giving too much away. I will say this, and myself, Earl, shout out to E Wood. I was talking to them a lot before I got the game, and normally I pre-order. I get the middle version of the game, which is around $100 with the VCs and everything with the coins to buy stuff.
Right.
But I didn't do it this year. I waited for it to come out, and I said I was going to be more strategic because I was looking at things. So with your My Player, if you really want to get them up to, I will say, a good playing status off the bat, so you ain't messing with somebody that's so horrible you don't even want to play with your player. You're probably going to need at least, I'm going to start from the least, about 150. I would advise 175,000. I did 200,000 coins on it, VCs on it. And I still have some left over. So 150 at the bare minimum, I would do off the break to actually start up your My Player. Go watch some videos. There's different builds out there, depending on what position you're looking at, point guard all the way up to center. I did a small forward, 6'8", right around my height. Shut up. And
the devil is a liar.
Hey, cut it out. But he's real versatile, good guy. I named him Cam because I got the hair just like Cam on the joint for Cameron. So I like it so far. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But I won't be able to give my review on the rest of it specifically. What we're going to talk about, which is the W side of it. I haven't touched any of that.
Shout out to I don't know. I forget who the WNBA star was. And she said, I'm loosely quoting that we're tired of being like a side play game or something like that. She said, let's get our own game. Yeah, that's what she said. We want our own game, or one of two things. Either you're going to give us the game, within that game that we need, or give us our own joint. I don't know how that's going to work, but
stay within 2K. I'm going to say that.
Right. Yeah, right.
I want to go the own game route.
Right.
Stay within 2K. Go ahead.
Is it better than? I mean, I don't know how much you played, but is it better than the last one?
My Player wise, yes. I haven't, like I said, I haven't played the rest of it. Shooting much better. Remember, normally when we come into the 2Ks, it's like they switch it up so much that you're just like, man, come on, man. Why don't you stick with what works? And then you got to do a whole new tutorial on shooting.
Here's the question for me. Because when it comes to Madden, we know what we want from Madden. I mean, we know what we want. What do we want from our NBA game at this point? Like it's a good question. Because I feel like even though I don't play 2K as much as I used to, like early on, I played 2K a lot. But I ain't gonna lie, I fell out of love with 2K because it lost its luster to me. And again, I go back. I'm a person who's been playing 2K. First of all, I still own my Sega Dreamcast. That is, I'm looking at it right now. That's on top of one of my studio monitors, and I have the original 2K games. And I remember when they dropped. And this is me. This is coming from, we talked about it before, coming from Live. And when 2K came out, we were like, yo, this is a game changer, from the way that they commented about it, everything else in between. And then it was good for a while, but now it seemed like, the my player part has become great, the community, but the game itself, it hasn't looked better, even from the player models. Like some years you'd be like, damn, this look good, and some years you'd be like, I took a step back. So what do we want? And I guess for more avid 2K players, what at this point do we want from our 2K games? Like, what do we? Is there a feature that we're missing?
I mean, I think 2K is moving in the matting realm, and where they're getting comfortable, and really because they don't have a competitor.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like before, it was Live. You know what I'm saying? Because we was Live, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we transitioned. Actually, shout out to Mike, because Mike was the one
late transition.
Yeah, late transition.
Yeah.
Mike was the one that said,
right.
"Yo, y'all need to get on 2K." And I actually started playing 2K on Dreamcast. That's when I started liking 2K. But then he was like, "No, it's 2K is where it's at." So, you've been so used to Live, you're like, "Nah, I can't." You know what I'm saying? I can't leave. Yeah. But then what happened? Like, the gameplay and the quality was just better. You know what I'm saying? And then Live got comfortable, and they was just like, well, because we have our brand and we have our base for so long that people are just going to be loyal to the soil. And it was like, no, because the product is trash. To the point
Live got to a point where literally all they did was change the year.
Yeah, that's it. And the person,
and they had all the licenses. That's the thing. EA and this Live, EA Sports, they had all the licenses, so they was like, yeah, we can add all this other stuff. And then it was like, 2K said, hold my beer. And then they started grabbing all the licenses, and that's what makes it really a big thing.
So I think that to answer the question, I think we're gonna get this same, like, just content product, because there is nobody pushing the envelope, pushing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
do you think that it may change? Let me ask you this, Earl. Do you think it may change once college basketball comes out the same way Madden changed?
If college
football came out.
If college basketball comes out, yes, it's going to force the hand of the NBA, because it's like, now I get bored after a while, right? Playing with these players, right? Luckily, the way that we do it, it kind of keeps the energy going.
Everybody
because even if they get old, we put in draft classes. Then they get old, we put in their draft class and start them back up. So, it gives a renewed sense of energy. But with the college, you like it because, one, you got mad teams that you could pick out of. You know what I'm saying? And, if you went to school, you might say, hey, I want to play with my school and X, Y, and Z. And it's just more things that you can do. And if they put a storyline with it like they do with football, and add some of those things in there, like the NIL and all that stuff, that's fun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and two, the graphics, right? The graphics are, they're on par with what games are right now, right? But again, they don't have anybody pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? It's no comparative variable there to help push the envelope. So, and I think perfect example, when NCAA came out, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, you can see the noticeable difference in the graphics.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was like,
it's more bright, colorful.
The sound, the gameplay, it was faster.
All that.
Everything was noticeable. Madden saw that and said, oh, snap. Okay, now. if we don't get this together, then we're going to lose out. And this is a game that people have been asking for a minute.
Yeah. And people were to the point that I will buy NCAA and not buy Madden.
And not buy Madden. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, because NCAA, and I feel like college is always going to be in demand. So they just got to make sure that they got to make sure that they stay up to the par. Because I could say Madden finally, they got it together to the point where I would say it was reversed. So when 26 NCAA came out and 26 Madden came out, I'm going to give it to Madden. Madden's gameplay is better. Madden's graphics is better. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it should be. But it was sad that, and that's just my opinion, it was sad that you needed another entity to come in here. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, listen. And there's still more stuff that they can do. If they stop playing around and let you go ahead and take your player and port them into the Madden, then we'll be good.
To your point there, Earl, competition breeds quality. I joked about this the other day. CVS builds a store right across the street. Walgreens is like, we popping up. There you go. Competition breeds quality. 2K for me, the thing for me is, and it's something I think we all can agree on, and we probably do this more than most. The off season and the franchise stuff is what intrigues us the most. That's what pulls you in. It's the experience of it.
The builders of it.
It is. You like that stuff. Like if you can, the stuff that we watch, we want to be able to experience that on a one-on-one basis. The thing that I saw, now we've had a couple of seasons now, that I was disappointed in NCAA 26 was after you went, and this is what I did accidentally, but I ended up playing a quick game, and it said pick your environment. So I picked the national championship game, and then it showed me what the celebration was going to be like. Then when I saw it, I'm like, that's all. That's what I got to get at the end of the end of the season. Okay. So like in the NBA part, the NBA season has become boring. We all know this. But the off season is exciting. So you need to, I feel like with all the AI and stuff we had up there, we need to have that energy around the big blockbuster trades and stuff like that. The stuff that's capable. Some of the stuff we had years ago, if y'all remember, they did the same thing around Madden and it went away. I think it was ahead of its time. And then when you're doing the draft, you get to do the draft and it's like a ho-hum, whatever. Think about what we talk about when we watch the draft, what the players wear, the analysis, stuff like that. All that stuff is capable. Now, that does make the game more expensive. But shit, we're already paying $120 for the VCs.
So let me go on that real quick because this is one thing. I know we were on 2K, but let's just say all the new games in general, sports-wise.
Right.
One thing I have liked that NCAA is doing, and hopefully all these other games start doing, are these updates.
Yes.
Now, I'm not talking about no little update where, just this gets added or it says it fixed up some type of catch that you're never going to see. I'm talking about, we went in there, what were we hyped off of the other day? That they loaded up new songs for the bands. Something that simple got me so hyped. We're sitting up there talking. I was like, wait. Are they playing? And I noticed it. I noticed the difference in some of the commentary that got updated.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. If I buy into a game like that, and you can see people talking about, the gameplay or whatever to that game, you can't tell me that you can't run an update to fix it right then and there.
Yeah.
I'll be fine with paying my money towards a game that I know throughout the year it's going to be updated to the quality of where it needs to be. I don't have to wait till the next season of the game.
Right. And I think also, Sean, you brought on it. My bad.
You're on mute.
I think another reason, my bad, Sean, you brought up a good point. I think another reason why the 2K, I wasn't in a rush to get it. And real rap, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'll probably wait until Black Friday to get that sucker. Because you hit the nail on the head when it's like, yo, the NBA is trash. And it's been like that for the past few seasons.
It
like,
is, man.
It should never be a situation where the off-season acquisitions is more exciting than the actual game.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, I watch the Knicks because the Knicks are actually a good brand of basketball. It's actually competitive. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you watch these other teams and it's like, bro, teams that you feel like should be doing stuff, it's like, yo, they not even competing, bro. Like, so by the third quarter, like, it was too evident last year. It was too prevalent last year that you saw games being blown out. It'd be 20-point leads in the second quarter, bro. Third quarter. I'm like, yo, what is this? And I was like, you know what? This is one of the reasons why I don't watch the NBA until after football season. And before I was like, all right, cool. Because then it started to pick up once NFL season is over. After All-Star weekend. But then what I saw was, which was disheartening this year, was like, bro, we in the playoffs and people are getting blown out. And I'm like, yo, what is this?
It's not fun.
It's not fun. So it's like, at the end of the day, I'm about to sit up here and waste money to play a game that's the actual game is not exciting. And now you don't even know the stars or these players are not even as recognizable anymore because, like, you don't have these players coming out of college that is like, oh, yo, they was killing in college. Like, we can't wait for them, to come out like it was back in the day. I think the latest iteration of and again, it's like now it's far and few between. Cooper Flag is probably the latest one that came out. But before then, who?
It's bigger in the WNBA.
Yeah, no, for real talk.
Yeah.
Before then, who before him? Who else was you anticipating? What was it, like Zion and them?
Zion. That's who you had.
Zion and Ja Morant. I really can't tell you. The rest of them is just like, And then I could say maybe the kid from Rutgers. And that's only because I followed them, but it's like other than that.
Nah, I'm not going.
The fact that you said the kid from Rutgers, just let me know right then. Like,
that's biased because, like I said, I followed him, so yeah. But he was a lottery pick, so
yeah, it's not. It's not the same, man. It's not. You're missing a lot of the legendary stuff there. And we don't want to dig in on the NBA, but it is what it is, man. Like the quality of the product. Again, these are world-class athletes when it comes to basketball, but we know what we saw in the 90s. This is not a, old man, get off my lawn. We know what we saw in the 90s and the early 2000s for the most part. The competition, guys who were like, they wanted to have that thing put on their shoulders to where I want to be the face of this. It was an honor to get the cover of a video game. Now they just give that shit out. And now they don't even give it out anymore. They're giving it, if you notice, they're giving it all to like the quote unquote legends for the most part. Like if you look at it, we had like a 5-year period where it felt like it was all Jordan. Then you had Kobe. Then they threw a couple of things in there, but it was like there was no, it was a thing. Something we talk about all the time. When a person got that, and I'm going off a little bit, when the person got that signature shoe, it was like, oh snap, Story got that, he got that signature shoe, so forth and so on. Or, Earl got that, yada yada. Now it's like, who got a shoe? Like, I'm a Puma fan, and Buddy from Indianapolis, I forget his name, the light-skinned dude, Halliburton, got a Puma shoe. I looked at that shoe, was like, I'm not buying that. And there won't be a bigger person in Puma advocate than me. I'm not buying it because
it's all
the shoe was ass. But yeah, that was just.
I don't know if you watch the shoe shows, like when the people come up and they buy the shoes and things like that. I watch all the different joints.
Yeah, I was a fanatic on them.
So, and people are coming up all the time, coming up to these people and putting their boxes down, opening up the shoes, and they're giving all this money. I haven't seen in a long time what I saw just this morning when I watched this one guy come up and he opened up the box. And he had these new Caitlin Clarks up in there. And the guy went crazy. When I say crazy, this is a guy that sees sneakers for a living. And I'm talking about throwing down tens of thousands of dollars on the spot easy. Right? But when the guy opened, and he even said it. He said, it's not about the value of it. Yeah. These joints are just dope. One of a kind. Blah, blah, blah. And he just started going off about it. And I was like, the difference in excitement is just easy to see. It's so transparent.
Well, I mean, because do you see the BS that they put like these like the men's sneakers?
Now here's a question.
And those are only. I think the other thing too is when you have sneakers like that, like basketball sneakers, right? Even back in the day, you had the Charles Barkleys, you got the AIs, you got even the Grant Hills, like them off people sneakers, like AJ Greens or whatever, the ones that they claim to be AJ Green. Like these were sneakers that you can wear. You know what I'm saying? Like people wasn't wearing these on the court. You're not hooping in Barkleys, bro. Those are the heaviest, uncomfortable sneakers. You're not hooping in Barkleys. Yo, real rap, people hooped in
I don't know. I was about to say
people hooped in Jordans, but to be honest with you, like those were not some comfortable. They're not comfortable sneakers.
One pair of Jordans that I ever hooped in that was comfortable. Everything else,
not comfortable sneakers to walk around in.
Nah.
So I can imagine trying to play basketball in them sneakers. It was just literally to say that, yo, he got them Jordans on, he must be nice. But then you realize the cats that got the Jordans on, they're actually really
trash.
With the whole outfit that matched.
Yeah, got the band on there, the band on there. They just look the best, but they're the ones that's actually trash.
So y'all,
so what y'all saying now is you don't see it. Like ain't nobody. I'm not wearing no LeBrons. I'm not even wearing. If I was a hooper, I'm not even wearing that on the court because them things is ugly to me.
So what y'all saying is there is no opportunity for me to walk into a shoe place and open up shoes.
Let's transition. Not even the most expensive ones you have, and we know what they are.
You're not even qualified to talk about no sneakers.
Let's just let's just move on.
I do got the J. Cole joint too, though.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. That would work. I guess that would have been better if he had taken. Now, question for you though. Now I'm being legit on this case, because I think about it now. Let's say J. Cole didn't back out of the battle, if you want to call it that, with Kendrick. Would my shoes have been? Now I'm not talking about the Ballmans, which is the expensive joints. I'm talking about the other joints. I wore them when we did the joint at the barbershop, the green joints. I wonder if the value of those would have went up if he had stayed in that battle. Because I only wore them one time, and it was that one day when we did the barbershop joint with Dave's barber. That was the only time I ever wore them, and I wonder if they would have went up in price. I'm just saying, if he hadn't bowed out. Thanks, J. Cole. I'm just saying. I felt like I had to say that because this is how I felt. I don't know. This is a Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Sean, Master Earl, the storyteller, man. Episode 169, man. September 17th. 2025. It has been literally 5 years since we started this show. I'm officially, unofficially talking about our 5-year anniversary. How do y'all feel, man? How do you feel? Like 5 years. Now I understand it, and I'm not going to dance around the elephant in the room. When we started with the show, we had 4 of us. shout out to Eric, man. We had 4 of us. I hold it up with 2 hands, but we had 4 of us. We did an on-location show in Atlantic City, which was still one of the dopest shows I remember doing because the drinks and the food was at the Oasis, and shit was fucking fantastic. But we started this off after, this was 2020, and after probably 8 years at least, if not more, of just conversation we had been having. That goes back to 2012. And it's probably before then because we've known each other since before then. 8 years of just regular conversation we've always had over this Xbox Live chat of just regular stuff. We all had kids, seen our kids grow up. A couple of them graduated, like my 2 had added more kids and everything else in between. Right. New marriages, all type of shit. But 5 years later, did you think we were going to get the 5 years? Or did we just like, hey, bro, we're going to do it and then just blink and like, I don't know. Like, folks have these things. Like, I don't know.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Never thought about it because I never, at that point, looked at it as a business.
Yeah, I got you.
It was a continuation of just us chatting.
Yeah.
I will say this though, and the deeper we get into it, it's the hard thing that you got to try to kind of wrangle in, try to pull in a way.
Yeah.
Because, we go by the unfiltered conversation, the gamers with headsets, the dads with mics, and nothing is still like that conversation that's on the box.
Nothing.
And people will never know that. Nothing is as unedited because it's still a show at the end of the day. There's still certain topics that we're touching on and want to get to and stuff like that. It's still now more transformed into a business. We have sponsors, all these things. So I see from the outside looking in how some of these groups and podcasters and things like that, how the fallout happens because now it starts feeling like a job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the tough part of it because when we're on that box, we can switch from talking about, let's say the Pope over to the most ratchet
random
thing that
shit.
you can think of. And we think nothing of it while somebody else that may be listening from the outside in, that's in our household is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What are they doing over there? And that is that thing that's hard to kind of grasp sometimes when we're in this setting. I just can't lie about that. We try to be as unfiltered as we can, but it's still, in that way. So
yeah. What you got?
I agree. I think did I imagine? No. Because I think Sean came up with, what the idea was like, let's I've been sitting on this for a little bit, let's do X, Y, and Z. And you're like, hey, why not? Because this is like I said, it's just an extension of what we was doing on the box. You know what I mean? But it's funny though, because it's like I tell people like, yo, I gotta, we got a podcast. I was like, yo, word? Yo, send me the link, And then you think about like, damn, we really been doing this for 5 years?
5 years, bro.
We got like
September 10th, September 11th was our first episode.
And I'm like, I know a few people that have started podcasts, like not this year, like a little bit after us, a little bit before us, who are no longer doing it because it was like, it takes a lot, and shout out to Sean, like it takes a lot to do this every week, you know what I'm saying? And not even just the recording, like I don't think people understand, like literally after we record, Sean is editing, then working on like the promotion, stuff like that. So, and then you doing all of this while still dealing with everyday life stuff. He's still a dad. He's still a husband. You know what I'm saying? he got a job, like, so it is very, very hard, to do this and to be consistent in doing this for 5 years. So like, I say shout out to Sean for, he was the one that lighted the spark, but then also like, this thing, you see, that's with Mike's.
Love it. I love it.
But this thing, full transparent, this thing doesn't go if Sean. Sean don't go. You know what I'm saying?
So he's giving me way too much credit for this. Way too much credit for this. Because this is the thing. It's easy for that because I'm doing the technical stuff. The thing for me is I am appreciative of the brothers who are doing something that, to Dave's point, doesn't feel like a job. We do it because we enjoy doing it, because this is the way I look at it. And this is just me, my own analytical brain, me being involved in the music industry, numbers and stuff like that. So I'm always measuring. I'm like, man, the ego part of me is I know that we are so much better than XYZ. That's the way I always see things. And that's because I'm always trying to find out bigger ways to do things. But then, it was a long time where I used to look at, I was like, man, we're better than them. And how come we're not getting that thing, that bag? That was a thing for a little while. Because it was, COVID and stuff like that. And this goes back to music. When Storyteller and I was creating music, and I felt like, man, we're so far and away ahead of everybody else, but we just weren't getting we didn't have that same type of thing. But then you find over the years that, man, you find something that you're passionate about. And then when you get those messages from folks that say, hey, y'all ain't dropped a pod this week. Those are the ones where it's like, oh, what I'm doing can't be measured in monetary. One of the folks who would hold us accountable, not me, hold us accountable, my brother, my youngest brother. When we took our breaks, he was like, hey, man. This is literally, hey, what the fuck y'all doing? Y'all ain't did a pod for like 6 weeks now. Mm-hmm. And what happened is he would work, Cedric would work like his job. He would work 3 to 11. So he's awake. So what he would do is after he would get off, he'd go home. He said, man, I go chilling. I go sit in the car or whatever. He might smoke his trees or whatever you say. He literally he said, man, I just listen to the pod. That's what he say. And then he would say, add to that is, he said, it's other cats that I support that had a podcast. I would try to support them, but they were inconsistent. But I knew I can always come back, and Earl was going to say, this is literally what he said. Earl was always going to say something that's going to have me cracking up, or Dave was going to give me game about something. And he said, I look forward to that each and every week. That right there let me know it's like, shit, man, that like we can't let those fans, I don't care how many with the numbers, like, so that's one of those things now. And then when I'm looking at the stats, because I'm always looking at trying to help us grow, and then I know the difference in between bots and between dedicated listeners. When I'm looking at, okay, we got the US, cool, but then we got consistently from the day we started recording in 2020, 5 years, we got a consistent listener base in the UK, in Australia, in oh man, I'm sorry guys, I'm in Greece, and it's consistent. It's consistent week after week, and now the technology it translates our conversation to whatever it may be. So that's pretty dope for us to see. So, but again, it's not me. Like the opportunity, I know some days these guys might be like, man, I ain't trying to do a pod tonight, whatever. And two, sometimes it might be like they might get tired of me because I might give a take that both of them gonna gang up with me, be like, oh, this dude tripping. I don't like his take at all. Like
you don't give the Cam Newton take all the time.
But no, but I'm gonna say, but that's what makes it so good. And it is always something different and then, just growing, and then having the partnerships that we're doing and all black everything, and us taking our individual relationships and bringing in guests that no one else in the independent space that is funded like we are has. Like, we've had the top of the top type guests on our pod. And that's saying I salute to you guys for doing it. And then at the end of the day, we're stand-up brothers. We can give you insight on being dads, being husbands, being businessmen, being video gamers.
I mean, you hear the parenting and the husband shit in the background. Like, it don't get no realer than that. Like, you tell me a podcast where you hear a child in the background.
You tell me a podcast where the host disappears, where one of the co-hosts disappears like every second because he keeps leaning back in that screen.
Hey, the only podcast, because we didn't have video back then, and no one else did this, where we literally, and again, man, salute to Eric because he was a part of this, when we did the drink mixing joint on St. Patrick's Day. No one's doing that, bro. That no one else is doing that, bro. Like, no one else is doing it, having fun like that, having aspiring video gamers like Kaizen Creed or other videos like that. It's one of the things we're finding my 8th grade teacher, a little art teacher, that finds out he's a world renowned speaker. Like,
and that's crazy to think.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't remember if I told the story, but that's wild to think. I'm like, that was your teacher. Yeah. So then I go to a conference that I was blown away from last year, which I'm actually in the works of trying to go again this year because it was just so inspiring. It's called the BMAC, and I'm like, again, like I'm in the world of education, but like I'm not heavy in like the who's, like local people and stuff like that. But then you kind of go there and you just like, it's just cool to see and fellowship with other brothers that's in education. You know what I'm saying? And then to hear the plight and the talk and stuff like that. And you just like, but then I'm talking to people and I'm like, what? Like, to think that he taught you?
I don't even know how to. I don't even.
He taught you, like, you had a dope black teacher, like, and you. I don't even. I mean, let me not say I don't know if you knew what you had, like the.
Oh, I knew. Brother, but I knew he had the Malcolm X glasses and everything else.
Yeah, but I mean, I could definitely say that you knew because you knew so much to say that, you know what, he made such an impact on my life that I'm like, I have a platform and I'm going to reach out to him. I still have contact with him, and I'm going to bring him on our show. So hey, man, but he's dope.
Just from that part, bringing in the real estate aspect to credit to Story, man. Like, when we do, and we got more coming. We haven't done it in a few episodes, but when we have a real estate corner, so many people have reached out to me. It was like, man, like, I appreciate y'all, giving us that information. They like that. Like, we ain't selling you nothing. We just letting you know what time it is. Like, at the end of the day, but it's so. There is, like, we talk about our OGs, right? Our OGs have so much knowledge, and for us, all three of us, I can confidently say that we have taken knowledge from them and used it, and now we're not OG status yet, but we're sharing that same knowledge. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was at the gas station the other day. A gentleman black brother said, "Hey, what's going?" He said, "What's going on, man?" Good morning. He said, "Oh shit." He looked past. "Oh, my bad. You are OG status, man. Appreciate you, brother." I'm like, "Thanks." I think, but it was like, that knowledge piece that we give the folks, once we get past the comedy, we get past all the serious stuff. When we get down, breaking down stuff about life, whether we're talking about real estate, where we're talking about mental health, we're talking about education, all the stuff in between, and it tied it all together. And we just some regular ass dudes.
But see that OG comes from the knowledge stuff.
Yes.
It doesn't come from the age, because I can tell you people that older than me that I ain't going to no type of information.
Who you telling?
But I'll go to a younger cat and get schooled and educated on some things. And it's real, because it's all about life and life experiences. And also on the sense of knowledge is only as strong as, you using it and sharing it. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like a lot of people can get all this knowledge, they don't use it. And then if they do and they excel, they don't share it. They're stingy with it.
I be telling my son, like, it's funny, we all got sons. It's funny to sit back and actually observe your child. Because then you laugh. Sometimes, we can get mad at our kids, especially boys. They'll take us there. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you sit back and you laugh because you just saw what you did when you was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes you sit back and laugh like, oh shit. Yeah, I used to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I be telling him all the time, like, hey, yo, bro, like, I know you. You don't realize this, but I know you because you were me. You know what I'm saying? I used to do this same stuff. I say, yo, bro, you're not smarter than me. But I always say, you're not smarter than me. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? Because one day you will be. And I say, you're not slicker than me yet. You know why? Because not because you're not intelligent. It's just because you ain't got enough life. You know what I'm saying? I've been around the block a little bit. You know what I mean? I've been here longer. So, and that's what comes with experience. But I said one day.
I'll say, I think Dave, he's froze for a second. Yeah. Another thing, the other side to that is, and as Dave comes back, the cool thing about doing this show, and you may have already experienced it because he's gotten older. I know I've definitely experienced it, and I'm pretty sure Story has experienced it as well when he comes back. The fact that, because we did it during COVID and we were doing it all this time, each one of our sons, and even my young daughter now, they look at us and think we're the coolest because, hey, wait a minute, you doing a podcast? Hey, my dad's on YouTube. My dad has a pod. Like he is. People go to him for, whatever it may be. Like they go for him for his opinion and stuff like that, which is cool. Not that's why we did it, but they look at us and it's like, Rashawn may have got to that point because like Jay said now, he was like, hey, you doing a pod this week? Like it's one of those things like he see you doing something because that inspires them to do something that's beyond what the world will say, hey, go to school, go to college, do a 9 to 5. But now they see their dads as, hey, they doing something. Yeah, they still have their work that they do, but they also are making time for something that they love doing.
I think it's even deeper than that, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's, like this, I see my dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited, especially at this age, right? Because, you got a young man, Dave, over there. Sean, you got a young man over there. Dave, you got a teenager. You know what I'm saying? But, so when they was younger, it was just like, oh, man. They looked up to you literally and figuratively, right? When they get older, they still look up to you, but they're going into that phase of, it's like they're growing into themselves, they're hormonal and stuff like that. Now you look different to them at this point because now you're giving them a different type of game. You know what I'm saying? Before you was just, it's just the pre-work, but now you're giving them a different type of game now that they got to actually apply and they seeing what it is. So now it's a different level of respect. And then, now Sean, you at the level where you have a young man or whatever. So it's like all of this stuff that, you was ingraining in him and betting in him as he was coming up, it's like, oh shit. Like I'm starting to get, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, I think it's bigger than the pod. I think it's just like, yo, it's just, damn, yo, that's my dad. You know what I mean? Like, because I think all, you know, and I think which is dope is it's kind of like full circle because all of us have had that great exemplar. You know what I'm saying? And our own fathers.
Yeah.
You know, so I think what I'm proud about all of us, like, fuck this podcast, what I'm proud about all of us is the fact that
I don't know
we are,
podcast,
but not like
Powered
that.
by W.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What I'm proud about all of us is the fact that but I know that we are embodying, carrying out what our fathers instilled in us. And most importantly, we've transferred it over to our children. You know what I'm saying? So,
I love it. Great way to transition this other thing, man.
How did we get here?
How did we get here? This is how we got here. If you guys notice, you know, you talking about something and imparting something onto your son and kids and everything else. If you notice what my attire is today, you know what time it is. Batman Day 2025 is this Saturday.
Oh, Jesus. Let me go on.
September 20th. And it's not that bad, Earl. It's okay. Batman Day is an annual event organized by DC Entertainment to celebrate and promote Batman. So the first Batman Day was back in 2014. And it was a date selected by DC Comics and Warner Brothers at the time. And so now it typically happens every third Saturday. So depending on where you go, whether you go, you know, I know there's films that drop, comic book shops, everything else in between, you know, you know me by now, guys. It's a really cool day to just celebrate one of the greatest comic book heroes ever created. At the time, Bob Kane and all those guys. I'm not going to ask opinions because Earl gonna be like, I don't read Batman at all, but I just want to point that out that it is, you know, Batman Day 2025, and we do have a new Batman game coming out very, very, very shortly. And I will say that the fact that Colin Farrell did not win an Emmy for his lead role in The Penguin, I don't understand how, because they got nominated for like 24 Emmys. Now, his supporting actress, the lead actress, she did get lead actress to Poirot, but he didn't get nothing. But yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
All right, so y'all know I'm ignorant when it comes to you know, comics and all that shit, right? All right.
Now you good.
I just never understood, right? What was, and Sean, I think you probably best can, you know, explain this. What is the allure about Batman? I think for me, like, Batman never hit because he wasn't never relatable to me. And he wasn't something that I wanted to be. Yeah. I felt like with the other superheroes, because they had like these mystical powers, it was like you can identify with certain people. Maybe you can identify where you want to be Hulk because Hulk was strong. Hulk get mad, like, don't let me go Hulk smash and shit like that. Or like, you know, Superman, I want to fly, you know, shit like that, you know, things in that nature. But with Batman, it was like, yo, you was just rich, bro. You had money and you had resources you had the best of the best to make all of these gidgy gadgets or whatever to make you this. I mean, he was the most realistic one out of all of them, like just in terms of transition to real life, and you know, but he ain't appealed to me because it was like this motherfucker was rich, had resources and shit like that. And then he said, yo, I'm a rich man with all this money, man. Fuck it, let me go fight crime. It's like, hey, that shit wasn't relatable to me. I don't know, yo.
Hey, Dave, you want to answer before I answer this question?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No, Dave's an asshole, yo. Fucking ass. It's like I'm not about to waste my time. This motherfucker. So
it's funny, man. I was It's crazy that you asked this question. This question was asked of me, literally, just like that. After this would have been 2015. So it was asked. This was after a show. I was managing a particular artist at the time, and we were at a table. We were actually at Waffle House, and at that night, I had on a Batman hat at the time, and someone had asked me, and I forget who it was, but why Batman? And the Rich part that's the Bruce Wayne part. So there's two parts of that. The Rich part is the Bruce Wayne side. The Batman side is completely different. And the reason that I specifically have always identified with Batman, it was for me. This is just for me. It was he's always been that loner. He's always been that individual person. He's always been exceptional in things beyond what other people didn't really quite understand. He always had this this I want to say he was stubborn as shit at the end of the day. That's me as well. And it was if for me, if I have to depend on somebody, fuck it, I just do it myself type thing. That's just me. It'd be just personally. And that rings true for me to this day. I worked on it. But in my career, hey, bro, look, I'll do it myself. And it was just one that's overcoming things. Like you take, Batman, to your point, no superpowers. He didn't got his ass whooped a lot. And I've asked a lot of times, I know it's the comics. It's the comics we know. But you always ask, man, how does Cat ain't get killed? Like, we saw Superman die in the comics. Batman never.
So Superman died.
Taking him hits. We watched the movie.
He died a bitch.
Batman didn't. He didn't. And that's some. But he was just a symbol of perseverance. And two, he went against the norm of what everybody else was, which is something for me. Again, this is what I did. A lot of people that I went to school with, even my brothers and stuff, like they went one way. I went into music, podcasting. I'm out in front. It's all the stuff I'm comfortable with. My brother said that at my wedding. He said, I've particularly always been went by the rhythm or the beat of my own drum. That's just me. And then of course the film's always been great. That was just the way the things I identified with. The Rich part, that's Bruce Wayne's side, which I didn't really put that much stock in. If anything, I identify with that is in later years, like looking up to your father and then losing your father. I think that was the biggest thing I identified with because I looked up to my father and I lost my father at an early age in my late 20s. So that all came together. So that's one of those type things. And then, I'm no superhero. I just like Batman. That's all I got. It's a long ass way of me explaining what's going on here. It got deep as hell. And all I was saying was Batman 2025 is on Saturday. So I'm gonna pull out the Batmobile, I'm gonna pull out the robes, I'm gonna pull out the mask, I'm gonna pull all the shit for this weekend. That being the case, hey, what are we watching though? Because I know Batman Day is Saturday. Superman drops on Friday, the 19th. And there's other things we were watching as well. I know for me, since I'm already here, and since my big light went out, I am watching Peacemaker. I just finished up episode 4 of Peacemaker. Fantastic. James Gunn. Thank you for coming to the DCU side, even though they got a lot of stuff on hold because apparently the CEO, they're about to go through a whole new sale or something with Warner Brothers and ZLN. But what are you guys watching, man? What is the series and stuff that you're watching right now? I know Game of Thrones is filming new episodes of whatever that spinoff is.
House of Dragons.
A lot of shows have gone away. So, what are we watching right now? What are we doing?
Go ahead, Dave.
Honestly, it's a strange question to answer me right now because I haven't had time to watch too much stuff. What is something I'm waiting for? Stranger Things, hands down. That's what I'm waiting for later on in the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else that I'm watching? It's more like maybe a quick binge that if I can catch any bit of time on the weekend. I know a show that I like that just started back up. I don't know if you guys heard of it or not. It's called Doc. That's something that I like. I believe it's the second season of that.
What's that on?
It's on regular TV, but I'm trying to think of is it on Fox? It might be on Fox. But story about a woman. He's stupid. Doctor that got in like this big accident and she comes back after the accident, but she lost her memory.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So she had to train her mind enough to go back and be able to be a doctor again, but they can't trust her around certain patients because she might have different things in her memory spark back up. So there's some things she remembers, some things she doesn't. It's a pretty neat show. Yeah, that's all I could really. You know what we found ourselves watching, which I really do like, and it's a game show. If you ever got into it, 1% Club.
No,
I don't. What channel? You've never seen the 1% Club, I think that's also on Fox. 1% Club takes you through these trivia questions, and there's 100 people in the audience that are guessing on it. And the reason why it's the 1% Club, because they go through these questions and only 90% of the population got this right that they asked. Only 80% of the population got this right, all the way down to a question at the end that is 1%. And for the money that they're giving out in some of these shows to get through some of these easy behind questions like a Family Feud, and the money that they give out to the money that they give out in that show with these hard questions, I'm like, what you mean I only made 90 grand? Like, do you know what I just answered? While these other shows with Mr. Beast are giving out 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. It's the strangest thing to me. But yeah, I think whenever we get time at night, we normally like pop on a game show or something, some type of show. So I'll pass it to y'all.
What you watching? What you watching, Earl?
So this is funny because y'all know me, and you know I'm black show per exactly, Dave.
I wasn't gonna do it. You set yourself up for it.
Exactly. I watched the Chronicles of the 1960s.
You know why? Because we were spoiled.
You watching Glory, ain't you?
Nah, I don't know. That's depressing, though. Nah. But I'm just saying, like, we were spoiled, in the 90s or whatever, in the 80s, and even arguably maybe the early 2000s, where it was a litany of black shows on. Like, it was, you could just.
True. No, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? It was the pick of the litter. You know what I mean? Like, you could just turn on different networks. You had a lineup. On Friday nights, you know what I'm saying, on ABC, even though it was the bubblegum shows, you had Family Matters, you had what's the other one? Hang with Mr. Cooper and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. And they'll never get back to that, bro. That type of lineup.
It was a good line. Then UPN had like a little run for a minute. Fox had a run. I remember back in like the early 90s, it was Living Color. Then Martin came out, Living Single. You know what I'm saying? Then what's the show with New York Undercover? So it was like you had a lineup of different stuff or whatever, So now it's like, and I was just talking to my coach, I'm like, yo, you don't see it as much now. You got to go to either I'm going to BET or Bounce or TV One, and I'm watching reruns of old black shows, or you see these Tyler Perry shows, which respect, no disrespect, but some of them is just not my judge, but I do like House of Pain. Some people are like, yo, it's stupid, but I'm like, even though the acting ain't the greatest, but I'm like, for whatever reason, I like it, then I find myself looking at Assisted Living or Meet the Browns, but it ain't the same. And then I was watching.
I'm sorry, you said the acting ain't that good. Go back and watch an episode of He-Man. I watched that the other day, the original joint. We was watching that as kids. That shit is horrible.
No, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. I just think, for me though, it's not even about the product. It's just about it's something about me seeing people that look like me on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I keep watching. You know what I'm saying? But I watch mostly reruns. I am waiting for the House of Dragons to come back out. I'm gonna rewatch season 1 so I can just catch back up on it. And outside of that, I watch The Office, and every now and again I check Netflix.
How you feel about the new show coming?
So I just heard about that. During a football game. And I think that the only people that I see that was on there before was Oscar, and I think it's 1 or 2 other people. I got to go back and check.
For those of you that don't know, I guess fun fact, that show.
It's the same makers of the Office. The problem is though, The Office is like, I love that dry comedy, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why I love Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry is me.
That's a great show.
Larry is me. You know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me that ain't Larry in real life. Larry is me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch that tonight after I play these games.
Shout out to the old Gary Shandling show. Go ahead.
But I hated. I could not stand Seinfeld. That shit was corny. And people be like looking at me like, "How do you like Curb Your Enthusiasm, but you don't like Seinfeld?" I said, "It's because it ain't had Larry David in it. He wrote it, but it ain't have Larry David because Larry is me." But yeah, I don't know yet because certain people carried that show. Like Michael carried that show. Dwight carried that show. You know, Stanley. You know, they had other people in there, and I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot because if they take the same formula, I'm pretty sure that the characters are gonna mimic or have some isms of these people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna definitely check it out. But yo, thank you for reminding me because I'm gonna
fun fact about that new show, The Paper. So The Paper, Melvin Gregg, the Melvin Gregg, the light-skinned brother up there with the goatee. I don't know if y'all was seeing him there. You've seen him in different things on there. He's probably seen him in a lot of small things on there. That's Natasha's high school. She went high school friend. They're from high school.
Oh, for real?
Melvin, I've seen him in a lot of different things there. So he's on the show. So big ups to him there. Getting like I think that's probably his first big major role, like that big thing. Like he's had different things on there, but that's like the
that
one.
That means you need to make that happen.
Big thing.
Don't tell us now.
I'm always thinking about you what? I'm always into you. So it's pretty cool, man, to see that. So yeah, man, I agree with you in this case. In a lot of cases, there, Earl's like there's so much more to watch than a lot of reruns of that there, and we will never have that lineup that we had of those black shows, just shows in general. Like it's.
I'm about to say shows in general.
Yeah, it is one. Like right now, like I said, I'm on the a lot. The comic book world, hate it or love it, has taken over a lot of the streaming and viewing space. Like I've been watching all the streaming stuff from MCU to DC, to the DC aspect. Again, Peacemaker has been great. They got Lanterns is about to drop. A lot of this stuff that I'm watching right now. But I will say something I'm looking forward to. October 23rd is on Amazon Prime. They're doing a documentary or whatever on Allen Iverson, hometown for me. So close that I say is when I say close, one, that I know him personally, and two, when we lived in Stewart Gardens in Newport News, we live on 1369 Roanoke Avenue. Chuck, Allen Iverson, they lived on 913 Garden Drive. We was in a 2-bedroom apartment, 1369. When we moved out of Roanoke, we moved into a 3-bedroom apartment, which is on Garden Drive, which was 913. That's when Chuck and them moved out, and they moved into Pine Chapel. So I remember when we moved in. So a lot of my friends was like, "Yo, y'all moved in Chuck in them old apartment," and the bedroom that me and my brother shared, at the top of our door, he had stenciled his initials at the top. It was in red, and that was there for my entire childhood, which is dope. So whenever I seen him, always big ups, but it's cool to see. I don't know if there's any other story that could be told about one Allen Iverson. I really don't. Outside of Michael Jordan, I don't think there's another player in my lifetime that has impacted the game, the basketball game culture that was Allen Iverson. Shit, he gave us NBA 2K. He was on the cover of the original NBA 2K, 2K1, 2K2. The
Allen
original.
Iverson is the reason why. Allen Iverson, probably, if you had to say who is the top 10 most influential basketball players,
Allen Iverson is
just
he's
all
top
around.
5,
he's
top 5.
Yeah. I would arguably put him in top 5 because if you think about it, but he's absolutely top 10. You think about it, it's like he was the one that changed the dress code.
Right. They changed dress code because of him.
Yeah, you used to have to wear. Matter of fact, yeah, because he would come in and he ain't putting on that, like he being himself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it switched because back in the 90s, in the 80s, well, back in the 90s, you was wearing these big behind Steve Harvey suits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when
Michael Jordans.
Yeah, Michael Jordans with the oversized joint, like they 20-something years old looking like 40-year-old men. You know what I'm saying? But then Chuck came, he got the long tee with the fitted, the braids, you know what I'm saying? The baggy, like
he dressed like all that shit.
He dressed on like we dressed, you know what I'm saying? And then you saw tattoos, cats that was older than him, the earrings that was following suit, and then they was like, "Oh yeah, no, going back to the suits because of this shit." And then now look at this shit. Now look at this shit.
You got all types of.
Yeah,
he ain't go that far.
I'm not gonna say nothing because
you got it. But he also took it one step further with being that undersized small point guard that scored. Like he wasn't your traditional point guard. That was his position because he was the shortest guy on the court. They listed him at 6 foot, but he might be a 5'11".
But see, I don't even think it was.
He was a. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't even like Chuck was nasty.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah,
had one of the illest crossovers ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't even that. I think what really gravitated towards me with Chuck was that, bruh, he is a definition of what a bitch ain't.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like the smallest dude on the court, but had the biggest heart, son. Like, he was not a bitch. Like, and I'm telling you, like, I mean, I don't remember a game where he was healthy. Like, he always had some type of ailment.
Yeah, he was driving to the cup and asked the Lakers, asked Tyronn Lue. Sorry, I apologize, sir.
Some type of ailment, but you would never know because he played like shit. It was his last, and he did not care, bro. That series in the finals against the Lakers, bro. He put the 76ers on his back, literally.
You know what Chuck was? And I'm gonna equate this to hip hop before we move on. Chuck was Pusha T of the NBA. He won't at the forefront because you had the Kobe's and all those guys in front of him, but Chuck wasn't the one that you really wanted to fuck with. No, I'm saying he was the one that you didn't want to fuck with, but he was legit, like in hip hop.
It's not a
Pusha
great
T.
Analogy.
How is that not a great analogy?
Because everybody don't follow. That's more of a regional. Yeah, everybody don't follow Pusha, so to know that. I mean, we do, but
Oh, man just performed at the Vatican.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
that's a whole different situation. Yeah. Right. I don't know what you want to say about that, buddy.
No, that was dope.
Yeah. Before we get out here, we got one last thing. Let's get into some not so breaking news. We can't leave here with some not so breaking news, and you guys are absolutely
breaking news.
Not so breaking.
Not so breaking news.
Not so breaking news, man. When the last time you guys used a coupon? You remember? I know,
Shit,
story.
the other day. all the time.
You always get discount codes.
Really?
Are you talking about physical? Or you talking about the
coupon? Code? Discount codes. They have evolved from coupons.
Because I ain't nothing but an evolved coupon. Dog.
Yeah. Do you remember the days of the coupon? You remember the couponing era? Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Hell yeah. Your mother or your grandmother used to have a box or a little container.
We're not going back that far. Yeah, we can go back that far.
They used to go in the Sunday paper, cut the fucking coupons and shit, and put them in the. I remember what that shit looked like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I used to be embarrassed as hell. Like, yo, I'm not about to sit in this line while you going through. Yo, I just walked away. Like, the fuck, yo.
I'm gonna say this is the part I'm gonna say it before you say, because I feel like I've been in my bag tonight because everything has been from one topic to another. $31 million coupon scheme. And where does this come out of? Where? Out of the motherfucking 757. So True Crime 757, the $31 million coupon scheme itself. So if you guys aren't familiar, the couponing thing was a big thing. I knew people, women in particular, they had like a whole, you know how we used to carry CDs with all our music and shit in it? It was women that I knew that had a whole little joint. They had all their coupons in it. They would go in and have $300 worth of groceries or whatever and pay $15 for it.
Yeah, word up.
Well, as of 2 weeks ago, 5 women plead guilty to $31 million coupon scheme based in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Okay. So the top 5 buyers involved in the Virginia Beach woman's multi-million-dollar coupon scheme have now all pleaded guilty to their roles in the operation. So WTKR News 3, again, from my hometown, 757, has been covering this story since it broke several years ago. So in 2021, the young lady that I just put up on the screen, Lori Ann Talons, and her husband were indicted and locked up for running a $31 million coupon scheme from their Virginia Beach home. Lori Ann Talons received a 12-year sentence, and Pacifico Talons got 7 years. According to the documents, Lori Ann Talons was the mastermind behind the operation and used her computer to design, create, and produce counterfeit coupons, then find groups of coupon enthusiasts online to sell them. Prosecutors say her fake coupons had inflated values and looked just like real ones. Documents state the coupons were for places like Kroger, Target, and Safeway. The coupons were for several kinds of products from Dove, Arm & Hammer, Pampers, Bounty, Tampax, Frito-Lay, Pepsi, and so on. Federal documents say investigators determined that for every dollar paid to Lori Ann Talons, her customers received approximately $50 in counterfeit coupons. Earlier this year, we reported how prosecutors charged 5 women who they say were her top 5 buyers when they then reported in July that 2 of them pleaded guilty to mail fraud charges for their role in the operation. Yo, she was running this. Like, they understood the barcode, all so that. 31 million. Yes, her and her husband, bro. $31 million in coupon fraud, which was crazy. Which at the time, if you remember, I remember people vividly talk about, man, I went to XYZ store. I got all this. I got 6 containers of whatever, a Tide detergent for $12. Yo, Tide is one of the most expensive detergents out there. Even I knew, it was like, this can't be right. I want no part of this. But yet $31 million? Bruh. Y'all got anything on this? Shit, $31 million.
I don't speak on the fact of the hustle where the man catches you. And I'm just gonna keep it right there from personal experience. DHgate, holla at me.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Not DHgate. Wow.
I want to know why they got it all set up in the background for those who's watching on YouTube and those who are listening, man. They got all like the money and like I think there's toilet paper in the background or whatever. They got it all set up. But bruh, her and her husband, she got 12, her husband got 7.
So she's in jail for some coupons.
No, she's in jail for $31 million fraud.
Perfect. Yeah, coupons.
She saved $31 million. She was helping folks. She saved $31 million. Did she save, or was she, or were the the institutions was just like running up money because we all can agree eggs was just $12 a month or so ago.
Damn right it was.
Right. So I can imagine if Lori was around right now, I could have got a coupon to get me like a dozen of eggs for like $2. Yo, free Lori, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. We are powered by W. But yeah, man. But I saw that. I was like, you ever see something bad that happened in the place that you're from? Even though I'm not directly from Virginia Beach from the 7.5, but we don't get much pub in the 7.57 outside of the Clips and Pharrell. Oh, like, damn, 31 billion?
That's what you get associated with.
I did.
Horrible.
I don't know. I'm just saying, that's what happens, man. We legit out here in these streets, man. Of course, man, this podcast won't be what it is, man. If we had taken our Xbox Live conversations from that gaming space, which we don't give you all of it to Dave's point, and bring it over to the podcast space, which we talk about stuff that we feel like is appropriate. Any case, man, you can find us out there. The game with us sometimes, man. You can find me out there, Sanaa2X, on Xbox, on Madden, on college football. There's a new Shinobi game that's ready to drop, which I can't be more happier about. And a few other things that are dropping, which I'm very, very excited about. And then we're about a little less than a year away from the biggest.
Don't jinx it.
The biggest game release ever in history. No. But we're not going to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it later. But again, Sanaa2X, man, on Xbox Live. What y'all got, bro?
And JFatBoy973.
That's all you got? Nothing else.
Yeah, that's all he got because he ain't playing. But anyway, this is the storyteller. Yeah. And we're not going to talk about that game because the last time you hyped up a game, that game didn't come out. Still to this day.
Yeah.
But I'm on Madden. I'm on 2K.
They said it's coming out.
NCAA. And I'm going to introduce my brother. I'm my brother. I'm going to introduce my son to Gears of War.
So I love. Yep,
it's a new one.
I love it.
Well,
it's a remaster, right? It's a remaster, right? Yeah. It's dope because my son said the same thing. He said, "Hey, he was like, Dad, didn't you and Uncle Dave used to play Gears of War?" Yeah. Damn, I appreciate you remembering that. Oh, that's dope. This dude doing those times in the 9/11 wing days. I love it.
I'll just say this. Oh shit.
Man, you fell off.
Oh my God, did he fall?
That is so good.
That is so good. Just let me imagine that you fell. We're gonna end it right there. You all right?
How do I fall if I'm sitting on the ground?
We can't tell. We only see your chin.
Nah, but
yeah, we laugh.
Nah, I would say this for that game that's supposed to come out that we're not gonna talk about. Hands down, that is the best from the what videos I've seen. That is the best graphics I've ever seen in my life. It's to the point where if that game does come out, I think I'm going to purchase a new TV to coincide with that game because it looks like I'm.
Good excuse.
It looks like I'm looking at you in person. Yeah, that's how realistic.
I'm taking vacation. I'm taking vacation for that week.
Oh, I'm definitely calling out. Right, I'm definitely going to call out.
Yeah,
we're going to use some personal days.
For that week. It's vacation for
Dave ain't got to use no personal days.
Absolutely. Before we get out here, we got to celebrate one more thing there. We missed it the last episode because it kind of happened between the episodes, but we got to give credit what credit's due because this has been a long, hard road, and I'm pretty sure we did not do this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but since this is on the podcast, we want to celebrate. We did. Okay, man. Maybe we did it on Full Ball Talk, but we didn't do it on the pod. But, we want to celebrate again that, Master Story, he did win his first national championship with the Michigan Wolverines in NCAA college football. We might have did that.
When we start doing this, like get the
I mean, once you win something, you get celebration too. I'm saying win something. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, first of all, I've won.
Win something. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, I've won championships. I know you don't. You only win. You can win a game here and there, but you want championships.
Shout out to Eastern Michigan out this bitch. I'm saying though.
You don't do that.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You can tell the people that you didn't start there. You had to end up there because that's the only job you can get.
It's not where you start; it's where you finish. That's all I'm saying.
Every year you get demoted somewhere.
Girl about to get fired from Auburn. That's all I know.
I ain't. No, I ain't.
Yeah.
I was ranked. I'm ranked, buddy.
I mean, yeah. And didn't you just accuse the Miami Hurricanes of playing ranked teams and it ain't really matter? So it matters that you ranked. I need you to finish. I ain't got time for this.
Don't we play today? Don't we got a game?
We should. You know, you can get it. Anyway, man, I'll just mess with you guys. This guy, he about to go to sleep again, man. I want to y'all may not have one, but I want to. I'm going to do this. I'm going to salute my brothers for 5 years.
You just wanted the reason
that happened here. This is I took this out the special bottle. I took this out the blue label, so that's the $250 bottle. My brothers here for hanging in with me for the last 5 years of doing the Hot Seed podcast. And yes, I love that W joint. Yours is on the way, Earl. Yeah, it's coming away. Powered by W. We appreciate you guys from all across the world tapping in with us each and every time we drop an episode. For everybody who drops in and taps in with us for football talk, when we do hot takes, and we will be doing it on location, and we will be bringing back everything as well. We will be doing that, so don't not forget, man. But again, at the end of the day, at the core it has been the Hot Seed podcast, and we appreciate you guys. We thank you. We love you guys for your support. Continue doing so, and I love you guys for doing it. 5 years is a long ass time, bro. His relationships didn't last that long. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna cry when he get in the car.
Yeah, I mean, we see it in podcast. No, we see it in podcast, man. So I appreciate you guys for hanging in and doing this thing that is just pretty dope, and seeing the evolution of it, from seeing Earl from coming out of the closet.
I was just about to say, from the closet
little to no
to death.
What if this is somebody's first episode?
We ain't had graphics and shit.
Earl came out the closet.
It came out the closet.
We ain't had no graphics. We ain't had none of that shit. Like, that shit was wild. We were all using like, hey man, look, grab this mic and keep this thing going. Want no background. Good luck, buddy. You know.
Hey, we're done. Hey, you turned into grab the mic shit. I don't know where the fuck this is going. No.
Salute to all of our partners, man, that have worked with us over the years. Salute to our initial partner of Instacart. Instacart's a little different now because everybody's at home. Not everybody is out now. When we started Instacart, we was at home and people can deliver stuff to the house. So it's a little different now, but Instacart is still around. And of course you can go to the link in the show notes. And if you want to get a free delivery on your first order over $35 or more, go ahead and follow the link in the show notes and let them know the Hot Seed podcast presents you, because Instacart is still a thing. It's just a little different. My connection? No, I guess it did. But hey, whatever. So salute to everybody who has supported us. We do have I will have an update on our merch. Our new merch is coming out. I found a different vendor for our tees and our polos, which is going to be pretty dope. We will have some more hot takes coming back in the future because we got some new stuff that's coming out as well.
Yeah, I need to get a Hot Seed bowling shirt.
Again, man, salute to the Hot Seed podcast, man. Appreciate you guys. I've been just still sticking around with Earl and his bullshit. But that's all I got. Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The Hot Seed.